Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the version 4.3 Pure Fiction has just released, and of course that means Starward mode has come out alongside it. We did manage to clear the Starward Apex Shadow at the first time of asking when that came out, so hopefully we can do the same for the Starward Pure Fiction now. When it comes to the teams we're going to be using, all of them are E0S0, but full character builds will be at the end. For the teams itself, it's going to be Dot Team on the first wave, running the defense shred buff. For the second wave, it's going to be an Acheron-Ashblade Blade team. Maybe Tribute would be better here, but I just love me some Ashblade, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and run, and no need for double Nihility, because in 2026, that is cringe, even if you don't have E2. And then for the final team, it's gonna go ahead and be the Elation team with the Elation buff. Oh, and also for this team, we're gonna be taking the Ultimate / Fallout buff as well. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into things. Like I said, all characters here are E0S0, and full builds will be at the end. Alright then, and here we are on the first node of our Starward mode attempt. We need to get 99k points, so we want to average around 33k here per side. So yeah, hoping for the best. Now, I will say I am still not 100% sure how Starward mode works. I'm pretty sure it just adds in a third boss. I'm not sure if that third boss is more difficult than the first two. And then they just increase the scores a bit more, or if they also increase the HP of the existing bosses a bit more, and then the third boss is in line with that, and they increase the scores a bit. I'm honestly not sure. I literally do not remember whatsoever. All I know is the Apex Shadow one went decently well, and I'm hoping this one will go decently well as well. So far, our Dot Team is off to a great start, and again, no surprises here, because, you know, Dot Team is just pretty damn good in Pure Fiction. You know, it feels like sometimes it falls off a bit in Memory of Chaos, but in Pure Fiction and Apex Shadow, it always feels solid, especially in Pure Fiction. I mean, just because of the way Pure Fiction and Apex Shadow work, where they both have the thing where you can, you know, select your buffs, there always tends to be at least one for either Dot or Break. So those team comps do end up being kind of timeless in those game modes. But yeah, okay, we have already taken out the first wave, which we like to see, onto the second wave now. Gonna go ahead and use our Blackswan ult, and we also get to go ahead and use our Hysilens ult on her own turn. Hysilens will do a lot of damage here. I do love the front load in Hysilens' kit. So let's see, how much are we doing there? I think that's 3 mil. I will definitely take it. Because we have a few skill points, we will go ahead and use our skill there. We don't necessarily need to, but you know, we'll take it. And let's go ahead and use our Kafka ultimate. Like so. Okay, off to a I think we're off to a pretty damn good start, if I say so myself. Don't want to jinx anything. But yeah, feeling very promising with this. I will say, I do feel like the best Pure Fiction teams for a while have just been non-erudition teams. I don't think the HUD is that great, especially because someone like an Axa, his kit's quite backloaded. He actually struggles a bit in the first wave, so I feel like they can't even clear the first wave that quickly. I mean, Herta plus Jade will work well in Pure Fiction. You know, Jade's always been good in Pure Fiction. She always will be good in Pure Fiction. So, you know, Jade does definitely work in Pure Fiction. I'd say Herta Jade is probably the most competitive erudition team we have. Other than that, someone like, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see if Himiko Nova as well as Rin will finally bring erudition back to the forefront of Pure Fiction. But like I said, I feel like most teams now are designed to do good in at least 2, if not all 3 endgame modes. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best for those erudition units, or maybe what they'll do is they'll just make them insanely OP, and that will compensate for the fact that erudition isn't in the greatest spot, which is very ironic because erudition was in a bad spot back in version 1, and that's basically why Pure Fiction exists, just because all the erudition units were pretty damn bad, and they were not going to be able to sell erudition units if they kept on being bad. Anyway, we go ahead and clear the second wave here now, which is very nice for us. And we are now left with Lygus. We have 2 cycles to clear this, which is good. You want as much time for Lygus as you can because of the way that he inflicts the vulnerability on himself. Gonna go ahead and pop the Hysilens ult here again. Yeah, the current Dot Team is just very fun. I will say, I feel like, I said this in my support tier list, I feel like, you know, give Yasuo a Nova Flare, make him a healer, make him work with Acheron as well as Dot. It would be really cool, because we've been asking for a Dot sustain for basically 2 years now, ever since it was back in version 2, when Dot fell off at first, and we were like, well, Robin's already a pretty decent third slot, so maybe we just need a sustainer, because, you know, it's not that bad, it just needs a bit of a nudge. And then they ended up waiting so long that at that point, they needed a whole new unit for that team. Of course, Hysilens came out, And now, I'd say Dot's in a pretty solid spot, but like I feel like in a few versions time, it will probably fall off a little bit as well. And I feel like you don't really want to add a brand new unit to the Dot team quite yet. Maybe in version 4, maybe they make like a Kafka SP, I don't know. I doubt Hysilens Nova Flare. I feel like that would be way too soon. Okay, Dan getting his ultimate up here is a bit useless, but I guess it lets us give the rest of our team more shields. Hooray! Okay, we are currently at 27k. We do have a whole cycle left. Remember, we want to go ahead and get a score of 33k. The thing is, Xandar will start giving us some of our ultimates now, like so. Please be useful ones. Okay, you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. It means that we won't die by using our ultimates here, just because we get to get the shield from our Don Heng. So let's go ahead and use the Kafka ultimate right here. Calm 980k, nearly 1 mil basically. 500k on the skill. We should do solid with the follow-up as well. And that goes ahead and does 400k. You'll love to see it. We get another follow-up here. Will this also give us another ult? Not quite, but close enough. Okay, Hysilens goes ahead and gets her ultimate. I think we'll wait for her turn in order to use it. Okay, go ahead and just pop the Kafka ult straight away so that we can get our follow-up attacks. I think that was 3.5 mil there that we saw. Love to see it. Of course, damage numbers in Pure Fiction kinda mean nothing, but at the same time, it is just fun to see big number go big and enemies go 0 HP. So yeah. Okay, good stuff from our Hysilens as well. Just gonna go. We did get a skill point from our ultimate, but I just rather use the basic attack there, just to make sure we don't run into any skill point issues slightly down the line. Okay, 31k, so we are on track to hit that 33k. I feel like we can do even better here. I feel like we can squeeze out a decent bit of damage right at the end. We do have Kafka, like I said, on Eagle for the first time ever. Of course, it's not 167 speed. It is only 149, but it's better than nothing. I think. I hope. Okay, go ahead and proc this Eagle. Okay, I think that advanced our Kafka into this action cycle. We do hit the 33k that we were hoping for. That's very nice. We do still have 2 follow-ups on Kafka as well, so we should get at least 1 more ultimate. Okay. Like to see it. Yeah, this is a very good start to our Starward mode run. I will go ahead and give it that. Lygus might be giving us our ultimates in a second. If you want to give us Blackswan as well as Hysilens, that would be much obliged. Actually, never mind, he's not switching stances. I lied. Okay, he will be doing a big hit here. I say big, it's gonna do nothing. Okay, never mind. It does touch our HP bars. Silverwolf, I swear Silverwolf's passive proc twice. I swear it's only meant to proc once per fight. Or am I smoking? I don't know. Anyway, we are about to hit 35k as well. Okay, perfect. We do just hit 35k. Love to see it. Will we be able to get to 36? Maybe. Let's see. Ultimate. Actually, yeah, we're gonna get our Hysilens ultimate as well, so I think we should be able to. Kafka is just about missing out. I think if we maybe get 1 more Eagle proc, she might go again in the cycle, although I'm not convinced we will be able to. Okay, let's go ahead and basically to make sure that Lygus gets hit by the follow-up. I don't think the skill would have changed much. Okay, they don't give us any ultimates here, but actually we go ahead and get a score of 37k, which will definitely take a very strong showing from the Dot team. And now it's onto the Acheron-Ashblade team. Okay, well, I didn't get my Blade ultimate, so I had to go ahead and restart there. So what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to go ahead and use the Blade technique. I am running Blade on the damage dealing build. I forgot to switch him to the tutorial icon build. Instead, I have him on my damage dealing build. But you know what? It's fine. I'm sure we can go ahead and get away with it some way or another. Go ahead and pop the Acheron ult here. This should be able to take out the entire wave. I think cycling Acheron and Blade ults should be able to take out the entire waves here. I think that was 1.4 million on that wave from our Acheron. If we go ahead and get our Blade ultimate, then he should go ahead and take the incoming wave out as well. Yeah, man, the Mortenax Blade is just so incredibly fun to play. Like, oh my god, I'm so happy with his release. He is genuinely my favorite unit in the entire game right now. I might do a bit of testing running him alongside a regular Blade in Pure Fiction, maybe just him as a main DPS in Pure Fiction as well, because I feel like he works even better as a main DPS in Pure Fiction than he does in MOC, just because I feel like his AoE is absolutely insane, but we'll see. Depends what I have time to do. Then again, there is a bit of time until Sandroni releases in Genshin. That will probably be the next bit of content before the Memory of Chaos reset, and then also the version 4.3 4.4, which I am very excited for, because obviously new Fate collab characters. I've picked up Fate. Okay, let me quickly. Okay, never mind. I fell asleep. I was meant to go ahead and ult there before the follow-up went off, but oh well, it is what it is. Go ahead and pop that. Lovely 2.2 mil there from our Bladey, taking out all of these frauds. And now let's see what our Acheron can go ahead and do. The answer is, let's see, a chill 1.2 mil. Yeah, I love to see it. I will say, I definitely could have gone for Tribby instead of Ashveil, but I just really like Blade and Ashveil, so I went ahead and put them on the same team. Okay, this time I was able to do it before our ultimate goes off. So yeah, good stuff here. Love seeing all the enemies get taken down. Follow up, and then Acheron will be able to clean up. Yeah, like I said, I have watched Fate, I've watched Unlimited Blade Works, E0S0, and I'm currently, and just because I've liked the series so much, I'm currently going through Stay Night before I start watching some of the spin-off series. So yeah, I'm also very excited for the Fate collab. I did not think I'd be becoming a Fate fan in the big 2026. Also, by the way, we have nearly we're gonna end up clearing both of the first waves in the first cycle itself. That is kinda crazy. The power of this team is quite immense, if I say so myself. I have now forgotten what I was saying. Oh yeah, so yeah, I mean, originally I didn't watch Fate when the collab first came out, because, you know, my logic was like, oh, the collab, it's gonna go away in like 4 versions, and then, you know, it's gonna be like, oh, if you didn't pick up the characters, too bad, they'll probably be decent for a while. So I decided to pull Saber, and I was like, okay, well, not gonna have to catch up to Fate. But then the bans just didn't go away, they didn't go away, and then Fate Part 2 gets announced, and I'm like, well, damn it, if this is gonna be like a yearly thing, or if it's gonna be a permanent thing, or maybe if it's just gonna be, I don't know how much longer it is, but I was like, you know what, it seems here to stay for the time being, so I might as well go ahead and indulge myself, going down the Fate rabbit hole, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'm very hyped for version 4.4 as well. And of course, we do have the culmination of the current Plain Arcadia stories so far. You know, Asad Pramad was very awesome when he came out. I'm really excited to find out more about some Himiko lore. So yeah, very excited for Himinova as well. So yeah, just excited on 2 fronts for version 4.4's release. I will say the start of version 4.3 felt very, very hype with just how crazy Blade's release was. The story as well, pretty damn good. Sets up version 4.4 very, very well. And yeah, so I am definitely looking forward to things, but we'll have to just go ahead and wait another, what, like 3 weeks? It's a bit of a wait. I will have to give it that, but I mean, at least on the bright side, you know, we're getting some new stuff in Genshin in version Luna 8. I normally say the version number, but this time around I just rather say the Luna version. You know, hyped for Snezhnaya as well. I will say I feel like we have slowed down here slightly. Maybe this would be going quicker if I went for a just the regular Ashblade team with Tribby. Or maybe Mortenax played main DPS would be stronger. I don't know. I just thought that the Acheron run might be quite strong, but maybe I should have went Tribby instead of Ashveil. But then again, when I tested, I ended up in MOC at least. I got slightly better results with Ashveil. Then again, Ashveil is a bit more single target oriented, so maybe Tribby actually would have been the way to go. Definitely some interesting food for thought. I mean, we are gonna go ahead and get the 33k here, but you know what? I think I want to risk it a bit for a chocolate biscuit. We're gonna go ahead and pop our ultimate here. We do some very nice damage indeed. Now, Hyacine will go ahead and give us 2 stacks here. Now, what we need is for the enemy to hit us. Okay, the enemy did not hit us. I forgot that's what those enemies do. Okay, I have properly messed myself up here. I need my blade to get hit a lot. Okay, that's not blade getting hit. You're useless, Cacolia. Okay, that's rough. This is very rough. Now this is what happens when you don't run tutorial. You need to make sure your energy is right. You know, I decided to risk it for, like I said, the chocolate biscuit, and it wasn't very worth it. This Acheron ult does still have the Mortenax blade buffs up, which is nice. We can also go ahead and use our do I want to use the Ashveil ult, or do I want to wait to get our blade ultimate? Okay, blade, please give me your ultimate. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, well, you know what? It's fine. We do still have our blade debuffs up on Cacolia, so we should still do some solid damage. Okay, never mind. Maybe Tribby was the go. Maybe I should have went for Tribby. Okay, I definitely have messed up slightly here. Yeah, we started off so strong, we fell off a bit. I'm not sure if that's Definitely partly me misplaying there at the end, although I'm not sure if the team also falls off a bit in the third cycle. I'm not sure. We didn't quite hit 33k. That is a bit embarrassing. Definitely improvements could have been made there. I mean, you saw how crazy the first 2 waves were. Could work on improving the third wave, but I think it should be enough, so let's go into the third half, I suppose. So, now we do have our Elation team, which also is, just pretty exciting stuff. Okay, go ahead and use... Oh, I just realized I used Aventurine's technique way too many times. Okay, you know what? Let me start battle and then restart real quick. Slight misplay from me. Okay, we only need to get 30k. Elation is the big bad boy of version 4, so, you assume we can go ahead and get 30k. If not, I'm probably gonna retry the second node, just because I definitely feel like I definitely could have done better than I did there. Yeah, oh well, yeah, I mean, my gamble at the end definitely did not pay off. I'm not sure how much it would have changed stuff, but, it definitely just would have been nice to get a bit better. Dude, I'm so used to I've been playing so much Currency Wars. Like I said, I only started playing Currency Wars in version 4.2. I am on the promotion match to get the, what's it called? Monarch of Capital, investment maker, whatever the highest rank is. I'm currently on track for that, but I'm waiting for version 4.4 to come out because I want to do it with Mortenax Blade on my main and on my alt account. I want to do it with the Fate characters, and then yeah. So yeah, my favorite team to run is a team with Zila, Sparxie, Silverwolf, as well as Archer. I love the skill point plus quantum resonance plus elation. It's just very, very fun. Mostly Sparxie. It's normally Sparxie who's really fun in it. And I just see like 14 skill points available, and now I'm back down to 5, which was a bit of a rude awakening. For a second I was like, wait, why do I use so few Sparxie skills? Why don't I have as much SP? And then I remembered, oh yeah, I've just been spamming Currency Wars instead of endgame content recently. So whoopsies, my bad, I suppose. Okay, we go ahead and get our Yaoguang ultimate here, which is nice. Go ahead and pop this. Will we be able to clear this off of just the Yaoguang ultimate? I'm not sure. Let's see. Yaoguang herself. Okay, that actually did a solid amount of damage to the wave. So, assuming Sparxie is going to do more, and then, of course, Silverwolf will do more as well. So, I think we should be able to clear her in this singular aha instance. Let's see. Or are we going to be left with just one? The answer is... Okay, yeah, that should have done it. Boop, perfect. And yeah, that does it. Perfect. What we love to see. Okay, already onto the second wave. We still have another aha instant coming up, as well as a Silverwolf action as well. So, love to see it. Go ahead and use our abilities and the ultimate for a nice, cool 3 million. Gosh, this... Yeah, I will say, I feel like... teams wise, this is probably the most fun that HSR has been. I think the Aventurine team is very fun to play. I think the Ashblade team is very, very fun to play. Silverwolf team, I enjoy the Aventurine team a bit more, I think. But then again, there's just so much going on in this team that it is just quite entertaining to watch at the same time. So, yeah, I definitely think that this is maybe not the best state that HSR meta has been, although it's in a pretty good state right now, I do think. I will say, I do feel like there was probably a bit more creativity back in, like, early version 2. Well, I mean, I saw, like, my most viewed video, of course, was me trying out Blade, being like, oh, is Blade still viable 1 year later? And my team there was Blade, Bronya, Pela, Luocha, and my second half team was Acheron, Silverwolf, Blackswan, Aventurine. I feel like that kind of team creativity is slightly lacking nowadays. Okay, we got, like, no punchline from that. Sparxie, wake up, please. Yeah, I definitely feel like there was a little bit more creativity back in the day, dare I say so, teams-wise. Nowadays, you just have, like, slam dunk best in slot teams, not too much room for creativity, but then again, I'd say the teams are pretty damn fun to play nowadays, so yeah. You win some, you lose some. I suppose we lose a little bit of team diversity and creativity in exchange for more functioning teams and teams which are designed around not necessarily certain mechanics, but a certain way to be played, so that, you know, they're much easier to optimize, stuff like that. And there definitely still is creativity. You know, a lot of people run RMC and Sparxie for stuff like zero cycling. So, you know, it's not that every team is like, not like every unit has an exact set in stone team, although most of them do, or like you have side grades to them. So, yeah, but you know, I've been having more fun in HSR than I did at the end of version 3, I think. You know, I feel like I was getting slightly burned out at the end. You know, Amphoria's story was good, but I was getting a bit burned out on endgame content in like 3.7, 3.8. 4.0, you know, we weren't quite sure where Elation was going to go. It was looking like quite a scummy mechanic, but then there's just so many Elation units which have released that it's actually not been as bad as people expected. There was a lot of Doom posting. I admittedly myself also was I definitely didn't Doom post playing Acadia. I was concerned about playing Acadia because of all the delays and stuff, questions about, you know, is it going to be rushed, is it not? So, you know, I was a bit concerned about that. When it came to and then when it came to Elation, I was a bit doomer about Elation because I was like, great, they are, you know, it just didn't seem fun seeing like, oh, okay, we're gonna get a brand new flagship team. You know, we just had that with Remembrance. You know, if it was every other year, I wouldn't mind, but then you also block this entire Elation mechanic behind it. But, you know, the fact that we have technically 3 teams if you count Sparxie main DPS as Elation teams, and then, you know, we're just getting so many Elation units right now, but then you also don't, it's not only Elation that's strong right now. I feel like the meta is actually in a better spot than most of us expected at the beginning, so I'd say Hoyo is cooking pretty well in playing Acadia. I was a bit concerned. I mean, obviously, Amphorius is going to be difficult to beat, but either way, it's still been very, very fun. And like I said, I'm no longer as burnt out as I was at the end of version 3. So actually, playing Acadia has been a very nice refresher. And like I said, I'm also excited for version 4.4. You know, hopefully we get a main DPS for our Ashblade team as well in 4.5. That would be also very exciting. I'm still not 100% sure what my putting plans are for version 4.4, to be honest. You know, I do feel like I do want to get Himinova on the alt account, but I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. I also want to get Rin on the alt account. I'm definitely picking up Gilgamesh, whereas on the main account, I'll probably pick up E1 Archer, but then if I have an E1 Archer, maybe I want to go all in and also go for Rin there and not on the alt account. I'm not quite too sure. We'll have to wait and see how things go. Also because I put the Icy set on my... bro, the new relic sets have just been horrendous for me. Also, we are very close to 99k here, so I just yeah, on my main account, I've been farming the set for Blade, and I've literally not gotten any pieces since day 1. And then I've been farming. Okay, I don't think this is gonna give me enough to go ahead and pop the ultimate. So I think I need to go ahead and pop the Yaoguang. Oh, okay, perfect. So Yaoguang ult and then instantly one Silverwolf ult, so that we go ahead and get the buffs from the Yaoguang ultimate, but then also we get to pop our Silverwolf ult, which means we're going to go ahead and do the nuke during the AHA instant, but we don't do it, and we also get the higher MMR as well, so this has worked out perfectly. But yeah, okay, first of all, how much damage? 2.5 million, we like to see it. We are very close to 99k here, so yeah, but then I've been getting insane icy pieces on my main account, which is probably going to be Himiko Nova's main set, and then when I want to get for my Archer and my Himiko Nova, and even my Enaxa on my alt account, I have only gotten pieces for Blade there, and I don't have Mortenax Blade there, which is really annoying. But what isn't annoying is the fact that we did manage to go ahead and get 99k, which we love to see. Can we round it out with a nice 100k? I was hoping our Silverwolf might be able to go to get one more action in, but unfortunately not. We are 30 AV short, but it's fine. It shouldn't raise too much of an issue. We will have an AHA instant coming up here, and that should do a decent amount of damage. Hopefully enough to get 100k. I mean, we're doing it with a lot of punchline here as well. Let's see, and okay, that's 100k. Nice. Do we hit 101? The answer is not quite. Also, can I just see Sparxie's been doing some insane damage on this team? Okay, Aventurine, I believe in you. Yes, you took out an enemy. Okay, now all I need to do is take out this one, and let's go ahead and get 101k. I believe in you, Aventurine. And of course, your ult tickles them. Maybe your follow-up will do more. No, it doesn't. It's a shame. Maybe I should have gone ahead and targeted Kafka there. I don't know. Maybe it would have given us some pity points and gone us to 101k, but it's fine. You know, all I wanted was 99k. I'll definitely take the 100k. And there you go. That is Starward mode complete. First at the first time of asking, the dot team was actually the team which carried us, which is quite interesting. Definitely could have done better with the Blade team on the second half. I'm not sure if, like I said, just a regular Ashblade team would have been better. I think not. Or maybe I should have ran Tribby instead of Ashveil. I'm not sure. But hey, it got the job done well enough. The Elation team, you know, I feel like this. I never know if I'm playing the Elation team well or if I'm playing it completely wrong. But you know, I'll take the 31k. Please let me know how Starward mode works, HP wise. You know, does the mode increase every boss's HP? Is it only the final boss, or does the final boss have the same HP as the first two and they keep the same HP, or do the first two keep the same HP and then the third boss has a bit more HP, so it's a bit harder, which is why I always get the lowest scores on it. I don't know, or am I just coping? With that being said, let's go ahead and go on to the character builds as well as outro. Well then, we managed to clear just a bit over the 99k that we needed. Like I said, dot team was the most impressive. Definitely feel like the Ashveil team, I could have played better and gotten a higher score. Definitely could have gone at least 33k, and maybe even more, maybe if I had swapped out Ashveil for Tribby, or if I had put Blade on his supportive build instead of the DPS build. I'm not all too sure, but hey, it worked out in the end, so I'm not going to complain. Real quickly, just going through the builds. Base speed on Blackswan, 20% EHR, you know, Eyes of the Prey. I'm not going to say all too much when it comes to the builds, just because we have quite a few to get through. You know, we're just trying to get speed and effective rate, and then also as much attack as we can. Pan Cosmic for the EHR, E0. Kafka, also, like I said, 149 speed, and she is also on Eagle. First time I am running her on Eagle in my life. S5 tutorial. Honestly, I'm not sure if Eagle is even worth running if she's only 149 speed, but it felt decently strong, so I'm not going to complain. So yeah, once again, just trying to get speed and EHR. Yeah, and then we do also have our Nushaka as well for our Blackswan. Eidolons, E0 once again. Hysilens, same as always, you know, attack boots, 120% EHR, just about 154 speed as well. She is on the Pan Cosmic set, but our one sucks, so you know, I would like to get a slightly better one for her, but it is what it is. Eidolons as well, E0. For our Dunhung PT, you know, highest basic attack light con that we have. His relic set isn't even all that useful on this team because of course we don't deal crit damage. Nushaka once again for our Black Swan. When it comes to the Ashblade Acheron team, this is our current blade build. Like I said, this is his more DPS-y build. I would know. So yeah, I maybe should have run him on the more buffing build, but it's fine. You know, he made me proud. He made me proud, so I'm not gonna complain. Like I complained, his pieces for him are not best. We have literally not been able to change them since day one of me getting him and spending like 40 fuel on him, as well as like 3k relic remains. Where is our Ashveil and Acheron? There we go. So Ashveil just a bit slower, and then yeah, these are how his stats are looking. It does feel weird not to go a bit more in depth on why my stats are what they are, but like I said, I just don't want to spend too much time on this. Follow up enrollment set, the brand new one as well for Acheron. She this is her build. Her build would maybe be slightly better, but I do have my Sparxie, who took some of her E0S0 pieces, but you know, she should be fine either way. You know, we don't quite get 100% correct, but it, you know, it's not going to be the end of the world. Eidolons E0. And then who did we run here? We ran Hyacine. Not there. There we go. So yeah, 5k HP, 200 speed. Her damaging stats don't really matter in this team. Actually, I guess she does a little bit of damage. But yeah, Warrior Goddess set is actually useful for all three of our teammates this time around, which is nice. And then the Eidolons also E0. And rounding off with our Elation team, starting off... Okay, I was going to start with Silverwolf, but never mind, this is the Sparxie build as well. 100% correct in battle, but we don't get the 3.6k attack, unfortunately. So yeah, you know, just trying to get as much crit and attack as I can, whilst also making sure we are speed tuned to our Hansen, and we also have E0S0 for that extra attack as well as 100% crit. And then for our Yaoguang, you know, 160 speed. Our Aha has a speed of, I believe, 135 when we add all our stuff together. So yeah, and then once again, speed and crit rate mostly, and then we'll take a little bit of extra crit damage where we can. Nushaka, just to give our Sparxie a bit more towards the attack buff. Let's go ahead and round off with our Aventurine and then our Silverwolf. So yeah, this is Aventurine stats. I've literally not changed this build in about 2 years. So yeah, the only difference I used to make was I will run him on the dot light cone when I used to run him with Acheron, but then when the Jianshu came out, I just swapped back to day one of my new life, whatever it's called. And then this is our Silverwolf, 164 speed, 93 crit rate, 133 crit damage, S5 mushy shrooms, traces, maxed out relics, speed, double crit, speed, crit damage, crit rate with speed and crit damage, speed with double crit. These boots are quite nice if I say so myself. Reminds me of the goated attack boots I used to run on our Sparxie before we had to switch her to speed boots. So yeah, what a fall off that was for her boots. And then yeah, also punk load here, speed and crit rate, and then here double crit. So yeah, that's it for our builds. Let me know any improvements you would make to either the builds or the runs. Also, like I said, if anyone wants to fully explain to me Starward mod, because I honestly forgot. I remembered reading all of it when it first came out, and I have since forgot, and I can't be asked finding it. Also, let me know how your clears went. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.